Listen, I never had to think hard, I just put my heart in it. I don't bust my brain cells, I just put my soul in it. Deep from within my spirit, I put inspiration.
Good afternoon, family. It's your buddy, the 14th Prime, and today, okay, I'll do another video later about like some toy talk, but this is strictly, this is a documentary for the day. Ladies and gentlemen, let me start off from the beginning. So, I'm familiar with IDW. I do read the Skybound comics. I started here not too long ago. I missed out on IDW. I will go back and look at them. But I remember in Cyberverse when Tarn showed up. And this all started because last week I found this guy at Ross. Had to have him. I wanted it when I first saw it, but I don't, like I saw it one time in the store and I was in there for something else and I kind of like forgot about it. Long story short, a year or so later, I run into him at Ross for $19.99. And I remember, you know, seeing this and knowing that he was from the comics and whatever. I knew he turned into a tank. I knew he was a member of a killer team. Ladies and gentlemen, number one, why didn't somebody tell me that there is a combiner of the Decepticon DJD, Decepticon Justice Division? I did not realize that since Hasbro made this, that they were actually considering making the rest of the team. And that team being, there's Tarn, and then there's Helix, Kaon, Tesaurus, Agent 113, previously known as Voss or the Pet, Voss, who replaced Agent 113, and Nickel, the medic. So these guys are like bounty hunter killers, but executionists, but terrorists / killers. Like, imagine if Transformers had a Saw movie. These guys would be Jigsaw, all of them. Let's get into how deep this is. So anyone that is a traitor or a transgressor of the Decepticons, they end up on the list, right? So I'm like, oh boy, I went down this whole rabbit hole because I wanted to know like what the list was or whatever. And the list is people that Megatron sent them to go kill. But more than not just kill them, they torture them. When I tell you there is a member of the DJD that turns into an electric chair, I said, okay, well, you got my attention. So I start reading more and more and more. And apparently, yes, they showed up in 2005's IDW continuity. And then they were in Beast Wars Uprising. They were in Earth War. They've been in a bunch of stuff. And like I said, they were in Cyberverse. Well, Tarn was. And they kind of toned it down, obviously, for Cyberverse. But so then I was like, well, what is this list? Let me see the list. And then I go and check it. So the list... Wow. That means that either you're an Autobot or a Decepticon or a former Decepticon who is in one way or another did something wrong to Megatron and he's mad at you. So they put you on this list and there's Bite Cross, Black Shadow, Blip, Blue Bactus, Borbit, Bomb Burst, Browning, Crankcase, Deathosaurus, Death Cobra, Drift, Flame, Finback, Falcrum, Flywheels, Great Six, Grimlock was on the list. I mean, and the list goes on and on. Starscream, Spinister, Strike Soldier, Scorponok. May have something to do with his alleged attempt to depose Megatron. Megatron was even on the list after he defected to the Autobots. Yo, top priority was to kill Megatron at one point. This is bananas. But what is even more bananas is that Hasbro is considering doing the rest of the team. Now, I'm sure they are not going to make a transforming electric chair. But hold on. Iron Factory has already done so. And I went down that rabbit hole already too. So with Iron Factory, they did all of the members and then made it a combiner. One of the members, if you read into the lore, was actually an Autobot spy. Once they found out, they made it so that he turned into his alt mode, which was like a pet dog, like a sinister dog. He couldn't transform back. They kept him around in his dog form as a form of torture. There's one that takes his entire face off and then puts it on your face, but once it's on your face, screws and bolts and stuff just drill into your brains. They're crazy. They're sinister, and I have to have them. Got to. You know, as a completionist, some things that you get, you start going on the hunt for the rest of the team, so that you need to put a new shelf up, because he can't just be by himself. He needs the rest of the team with him. He needs Voss and Helix and Thesaurus and all the rest of them. These guys are ridiculous. And again, I had no idea that there was a toy made of these guys that turned into a combiner, with Tarn being like the main torso. This is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I broke up with AliExpress a few months ago because they did me wrong with Abominus. But then it was made right because I ended up getting a bigger, better Abominus than the one that I saw on AliExpress for half the price. It's oversized, and I got it from Walmart.com. I think for like $55. I got the entire set, whereas I went on AliExpress and they said they were sending me the entire Abominus, but they sent me one toy, Fenrir, and I ended up giving it away in a giveaway. Speaking of Jermaine, I'm not gonna call your YouTube name out, but Jermaine sent your package today. Check your email. Revenge of the Fallen Giant Devastator. Giant Revenge of the Fallen movie Devastator will be on your doorstep Saturday morning. Thank you, and you won. Sorry for the wait. I had a lot going on last week, but I did finally send it today. And there's some bonus stuff in there too. I think it's like animated jazz is in that box. Might be some other stuff. But either way, shout out to you, Jermaine. Thanks for being a faithful watcher of the channel. Love you, brother. But back to the story. The DJD has all of their members. I'm anxious to see how Hasbro would pull off doing like Voss, who turns into a sniper rifle so that anyone else can hold it. So like that would kind of be weird if like it was a regular sized toy that turned into a sniper rifle, because it would have to be somewhat small. And could they even pull off a sniper rifle, being that you won't do guns and you have to flip them upside down? Is she gonna be an upside down submarine? I don't know. And for some reason, I feel like in my heart, I think Voss is a female. But the point is, man, looking at all of this stuff about the Decepticon Justice Division, they're just straight evil. And the fact that like, okay, one is an electric chair, Tarn is a tank. The other one has a giant incinerator in his stomach that he just pulls you in and you get meat grinded like it's a giant meat grinder. The other one is another form of meat grinder, which looks like it turns into a tank. These guys are just really fascinating characters to me. Very fascinating. I'm very interested in seeing what these look like from Iron Factory, because knowing Hasbro, it'll be 2028, 2029 by the time they even, do like the next one, or by the time we'd be able to finish the entire team. Whereas Iron Factory has them out now. Yes, I know, Christmas is coming. Christmas is coming, and usually this is around the time I start trying to come up with something to ask for my beautiful wife to get me for Christmas. So honey, when you're watching this video and you get to this part and you start going on your phone to Google Decepticon DJD, just know it's the combiner one that I want. It's your buddy, the 14th Prime. We'll be back this evening with another short. I took yesterday off because why not? And that's it. So for those of you who didn't know about the Decepticon DJD Justice Division, go ahead, look it up. You will have a fun evening of reading about these Saul-related characters, these terrorists and these absolute killers. So with that being said, I think I've just found my new favorite Decepticons, period. These guys are amazing. Tonight, we're going to talk about the combiners. Again, why not? Because I found some, not necessarily source material, but material that shows that indeed that Superion should be bigger than Devastator, because the smallest plane on the aerial bots is bigger than the vehicles of the Stunticons and the stunt. It's the whole thing. We'll get into it later. It's your buddy, the 14th Prime.